Imagine spending over $100,000 on a luxury SUV only to discover that a Chinese automaker you've barely heard of just built something bigger, smarter, faster, and somehow even more luxurious. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening right now, because the vehicle you're looking at today isn't just another electric SUV, it's the NIO ES9. And honestly, the deeper I went down this rabbit hole, the more offended I became. Not because the ES9 is bad, the opposite, because this thing is so ridiculously advanced that it makes some of the biggest names in the luxury car world look like they're playing catch-up. We're talking nearly 700 horsepower, private jet levels of luxury, battery swapping technology, a suspension system that sounds like it belongs on a spacecraft, and a third row that's actually usable. I know, I didn't believe it either, but wait until you see what they hid inside this thing. Because trust me, this is where it gets crazy. Welcome back to Future Whips. If you're new here and you love discovering insane cars before the rest of the world catches on, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. And if this SUV blows your mind at any point during this video, smash that like button. Trust me, you're going to need it. Now, let's get into it. The first thing that hits you about the ES9 is its size. Pictures do not prepare you. Videos do not prepare you. This thing is enormous. The ES9 stretches more than 5.3 meters long. For my American viewers, think Cadillac Escalade territory. For my Canadian viewers, imagine pulling this thing into a Costco parking lot and suddenly everybody around you feels like they're driving toy cars. It's massive, but somehow it doesn't look bulky, and that's the weird part. Most giant SUVs look like somebody inflated them with an air compressor. The ES9 actually looks elegant. Starting at the front, the design feels futuristic without trying too hard. The split LED lighting setup immediately grabs your attention. The daytime running lights sit high and sharp, giving the vehicle an almost robotic expression. Then below them, you have the main lighting elements integrated cleanly into the body. Everything looks premium. Everything looks intentional. Nothing feels cheap. Nothing feels forced. And then you notice something sitting on the roof. The sensors, the cameras, the LiDAR. This thing looks like it's preparing to map Mars. The amount of technology packed into the exterior is insane. And remember those sensors, because later they're going to play a huge role in one of the craziest parts of this SUV. The front fascia remains clean and aerodynamic. No giant fake grille pretending to cool an engine that doesn't exist. Thank you. Seriously, can we stop doing fake EV grills? The NIO ES9 embraces being electric, and honestly, it looks better because of it. Moving around the side profile, this is where things start getting really interesting, because despite its size, the proportions somehow work. Huge wheels fill the arches perfectly, the wheelbase is enormous, the shoulder line runs cleanly from front to rear, and the flush door handles keep everything looking sleek. But here's something most people won't notice: the glass area. The windows are massive, and that matters because it gives passengers incredible visibility while making the cabin feel even larger than it already is. And trust me, the cabin is going to melt your brain. We'll get there in a minute. The roofline remains elegant without sacrificing practicality, which is rare these days. A lot of automakers seem obsessed with turning SUVs into weird-looking coupes. The ES9 actually remembers it's supposed to carry people comfortably. Crazy concept, right? Now let's talk about the rear, because this might be my favorite angle. The full-width LED light bar stretches across the tailgate. At night, this thing looks incredible. The lighting signature feels futuristic and expensive. The rear bumper remains clean and sophisticated. No fake vents, no fake exhausts, no unnecessary clutter. Just confidence. And honestly, that's becoming one of the biggest strengths of modern Chinese luxury vehicles. They don't need to scream for attention. They already know they're impressive. But don't get distracted by the design, because underneath all this luxury is a powertrain that's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let's talk numbers, because luxury is nice, but if you're spending serious money, the vehicle better have some punch, and the ES9 definitely does. The flagship dual-motor all-wheel drive setup produces around 797 horsepower. Let me repeat that. Nearly 700 horsepower in a 3-row luxury SUV. Hold on, what? That's sports car territory. That's the kind of power you'd expect from something low, loud, and designed to terrify passengers, not something designed to transport executives and families in total comfort. Yet here we are, and somehow it gets even crazier. The ES9 can sprint from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in roughly 4.3 seconds, which feels unfair. This thing weighs a lot. It's huge. It seats 6 adults comfortably, and it still launches like it has something to prove. Physics is sitting in the corner crying right now. But acceleration isn't even the biggest story, because the real magic happens underneath. The ES9 rides on NIO's advanced 900-volt electrical architecture, and this changes everything. Higher voltage means faster charging, better efficiency, improved performance, less energy loss. Basically, it's one of the technologies pushing EVs into the future. Some automakers are just now introducing 800-volt systems. NIO looked at that and said, let's go further. And that's exactly what they did. Then there's the battery. The ES9 uses a large capacity battery pack designed for long-distance travel. Range estimates exceed 600 kilometers under Chinese testing standards, which means road trips become significantly easier. And of course, we have to talk about battery swapping, because this is still one of the coolest things in the automotive industry. Imagine grabbing a coffee and coming back to a fully charged vehicle. That's wild. And trust me, the technology story is only getting started, because once we get inside, things go completely off the rails. Alright, remember earlier when I said there was one feature hidden inside this thing that would make luxury SUVs look outdated? Yeah, we're here. And trust me, the interior is the real reason people can't stop talking about the NIO ES9. Open the door and immediately you're greeted by a cabin that feels less like a vehicle and more like a futuristic luxury lounge. No joke. The dashboard design is incredibly clean. No clutter, no random buttons everywhere, no let's just stick another screen here design philosophy. Everything feels intentional. Premium materials cover nearly every surface. Soft touch leather, suede accents, real metal trim, beautiful stitching. The entire cabin feels handcrafted. And this is where it gets crazy. The ambient lighting system isn't just decorative. It reacts to different driving modes, vehicle functions, and even certain notifications. My living room doesn't even do that. The digital instrument cluster is crisp and easy to read. The graphics are smooth. The animations are beautiful. Everything feels premium. Then there's the massive central touchscreen, and honestly, this thing makes some luxury German infotainment systems feel ancient. The interface is fast, menus respond instantly, apps load quickly, navigation is sharp, voice commands actually work, which, let's be honest, feels like a miracle in the automotive world. You know how some voice assistants make you repeat yourself 3 times like you're arguing with customer support? Not here. This system understands natural language commands surprisingly well. And wait until you see what happens next, because sitting right on top of the dashboard is one of NIO's most recognizable features, Noni, the little AI assistant. Now, before you roll your eyes and think it's a gimmick, I did too. Then I saw it. The little display actually turns towards you when you speak. It reacts, it animates, it responds with facial expressions. It's basically WALL-E living inside your dashboard. And somehow, it doesn't feel cheesy. It actually makes the car feel alive. I know, that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. This changes everything because suddenly the technology feels human, and that's a rare thing in modern cars. Okay, let's talk seats, because holy crap, the seats in this thing are ridiculous. Premium Napa leather, multiple power adjustments, heating, ventilation, massage functions, memory settings, adjustable bolsters, adjustable thigh support, basically every button imaginable. You can spend 6 hours driving through Canada and probably feel better getting out than you did getting in. That's not normal. The front seats feel like luxury recliners, but the rear seats, that's where things get offensive. Seriously, why are rear passengers getting treated better than drivers? Rear passengers get massive legroom, luxury armrests, climate controls, premium materials, USB ports, comfort features everywhere. This thing basically tells the driver, thanks for your service, now let the important people relax. And don't even get me started on the panoramic roof. The amount of natural light flooding into the cabin is insane. The cabin feels enormous, open, airy, premium. It's the perfect setup for road trips. And if you're in Canada, imagine driving through the Rockies with this giant glass roof above you. That would be absolutely unreal. Okay, quick question. Have you ever gotten into a car and immediately wanted to listen to music? Because that's exactly what happens here. The premium audio system inside the ES9 is incredible. The sound staging, the bass, the clarity, everything sounds rich. And this is where I had one of those moments where I just sat there laughing because I kept asking myself, how is this coming from a Chinese SUV? Not because Chinese cars can't be good, but because 5 years ago, nobody would have believed this. Nobody. Meanwhile, now they're building luxury EVs with audio systems capable of competing against vehicles costing way more. Bro, the industry changed while we weren't paying attention. Now let's talk real life, because fancy technology means nothing if your family hates the car. Thankfully, that's not a problem here. The ES9 is huge, 3-row seating, lots of cargo space, excellent visibility, large storage compartments, big door pockets, multiple cup holders, wireless charging, plenty of USB ports, everything families actually need. And the cargo area? Massive. You could easily fit luggage for a family vacation, hockey gear, camping equipment, groceries, or approximately 3 weeks of Costco decisions you immediately regret. The rear seats fold down for even more space, and because the floor is relatively flat, loading large items becomes much easier. This thing is genuinely practical, which honestly surprised me because usually vehicles packed with technology sacrifice usability. Not here. Now let's talk safety, because if you're putting your family inside something this expensive, it better protect them. Thankfully, NIO wasn't playing around. The ES9 uses advanced high-strength steel construction combined with modern crash protection zones. Multiple airbags surround the cabin, front, side, curtain, the whole package. But the real story is the driver assistance technology, adaptive cruise control, lane centering, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alerts, driver monitoring systems, highway assist functions, 360-degree cameras, radar systems, advanced sensors everywhere. This car practically refuses to let you crash. And honestly, that's exactly what modern vehicles should be doing. All right, we've reached the moment everyone has been waiting for, the price. Now, before I tell you, take a guess. Seriously, a massive luxury electric SUV, premium materials, advanced autonomous technology, luxury features everywhere, insane battery technology, 3-row practicality. What do you think it costs? $120,000? $150,000? More? Well, depending on configuration and market pricing, you're looking at roughly the equivalent of around $70,000 to $100,000 plus USD. And honestly, that shocked me. Because when you compare the technology, luxury, and overall package, this thing starts looking dangerously competitive. This is the type of vehicle that would create chaos if it launched in North America tomorrow. People would be cross-shopping this against luxury German SUVs immediately. And some buyers might actually choose this, which is crazy to think about. Listen, the NIO ES9 isn't just another electric SUV. It's proof that the automotive world is changing faster than most people realize. 5 years ago, people laughed at Chinese cars. Today, they're building vehicles that compete with some of the biggest names in the industry. And honestly, that should make every automaker nervous. Because if this is where Chinese EVs are today, imagine where they'll be 5 years from now. That's a scary thought. But now I want to hear from you. If the NIO ES9 came to North America tomorrow, would you buy this over a Tesla Model X, a BMW iX, a Mercedes EQS SUV, or are you sticking with the brands you already know? Drop your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, smash that like button, subscribe to Future Whips, and turn on notifications, because we've got even crazier Chinese cars coming next. Trust me, you haven't seen anything yet.